Welcome back, guys. In this video we're going to talk about custom services in AngularJS. Now we're going to create a service which will help us to calculate numeric values, and you can create a service within this app.js file, or you can create a separate file and then use that file and attach that into your index.html file and then make that as a service. But we will do that in our project. We'll just create a simple service inside our app.js file, and with the help of that service we will do some addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. Now let's create a service. So first of all, we need to define for which module we are creating a service. So we use the same variable and then dot and then type service, add a parenthesis, add a single quotes, and inside the single quotes we need to type the name of our service, which in this case we'll type calculate. And then after that it takes a callback function, so type a function here, add a semicolon, and that's what makes this calculate service for our my app module. Now let's create a function inside the service which will add 2 digits. So we'll type this refers to this service. So if you don't type this, it's not gonna know that how we're gonna access this, right? So we need to type this as a variable, and then let's just say add is equal to function, which will take 2 parameters, so a comma b, and then we can just return the value of a plus b. All right, and then we can use this service. Let me show you how you're gonna use this. So we go back to a controller, and then inside the controller, first of all, we need to inject this service inside of a controller. So we inject this custom service the same way we inject as a built-in service. So we type comma and with the name of the service, calculate. And now we can use that calculate service in our controller. So we add a scope object, and then we will add, let's just say, value 1, right, is equal to, let's just say, we can just say 2, and then we add another scope object dot val 2, and we just type 2 as well. We forgot to misspelled it, so scope, that's fine, right? And then after that we're gonna use a addition function from our service. So how do we do that? Now we're gonna add another variable scope, and then we just say dot result is equal to, and then we use the service now. So we say calculate dot, and we use the function add, and then which takes the 2 parameters, and it's gonna take, let's just say, scope dot val 1, the first, and then scope dot val 2, and let's look at in our console what's the value we get from result scope variable. So here we just do, let's say, console dot log, and we just say scope dot result. And I'm gonna refresh the page, but before I refresh the page I'm gonna open the console, and inside of console I'm just gonna clear this out. I'm gonna refresh the page, and it's taking us there on the breakpoint. I'm just gonna go back to console and let's start it, and there we go. So we got 4. Now if we change the value of, let's just say, 6, and let's just save the file and then refresh it, now we should see 8. So now basically we're using this service to add 2 digits. So this function add from this service can be used many times, or as many times you want, and wherever you want in your service. So you don't have to create this add function anywhere else in your application. Same as with add, we can use this dot subtract function, which takes a and b, and then it just return a minus b, right? We have another function, and then we have this dot multiply is equal to function a comma b, and then we just say return a multiply b, right? So we're gonna just add a semicolon here to remove these errors. Now we use another result object. So result, let's just say of subtract, okay? And then result of multiply. And instead of add, we're gonna use subtract. And here instead of add, we're gonna use multiply. I think I spelled it wrong, so it's a multiply. And now let's go and refresh our page. So we have, hang on a second, we have this, so we're gonna refresh the page. It still gives 8. The reason why it's not consoling the log, because we didn't actually console the log. So I'm just gonna duplicate these, and here we just say result of subtract, and then we just say result of multiply. Let's save the file and refresh it, and there you go. So we got 8, we got 4, and multiply is 12. So that means wherever you want to use this service, in any controller or in any other service, you can just inject that simply by adding that service name inside our function of a particular service or a controller, and then you can call these methods. So this is how you create a custom service. We will learn about creating some advanced custom services in our project, but I just wanted to give you a quick peek about creating a custom service in AngularJS.